Good morning, guys, and welcome to another episode of XP2 Profit, where we trade the DAX in the morning and the afternoon. We are trading gold and USDT on a strategy we identified, and it's called the ORB Strategy, ORB, and I am showing everything to you guys, when we trade, how we trade, etc., the entries, how to set up this strategy. And yeah, that is what we are doing here. In between the trades and waiting for a possible trade, we are gaming and we are playing RLCraft. So it is fun. It is fun. We had a really good day yesterday on the markets. Unfortunately, like I said in the previous video, I did accidentally deleted that footage last night, and when I wanted to edit it, but yeah, that is unfortunate, and I do apologize again. And it is unfortunately what it is. I did try to explain to you guys what happened and where we trade and etc. etc. So what happened during the Asian session on, let's go quickly to the gold. Let me just show you. During the Asian session, this is the 4 hour. We had this big pull down towards the downside. This was our range yesterday. We entered a short trade there. We did exit it. I did say that I believe it's going to close this gap that it created over the weekend. And I also did say that this place over here on this yellow line here was a very good place to enter a short, but that's not part of the strategy. It's just normal. It's just, if you analyze the chart, and you can see that there's a good short trade to take because of the gap and the consolidation, and it broke through this consolidation, came back and retested that zone 3 times, and then it got rejected. So this was really good to take a short here. Even though if you did the strategy and entered the short here at your stop loss above this tops over here, you would have been in a very good trade now, but that's overnight. So again, we're not looking for trades to be, or yeah, trades to take too long. We want to be in and out the market in a short time. This is my 4 hour, and I know we're on the gold. I'm going to the DAX now. We are busy with the range. I'll explain it to you guys now. But this is my 4 hour chart. It broke through my little yellow line, so my next one, and there was a fair value gap here. So this might still go and test 4,000 again, depending on where these candles are going to close. We didn't reach a higher high, so yeah, it's very sideways actually. But we're going to see what it's going to do. It is a bit of a difficult one. Honestly, it's difficult for me to analyze quick, but again, it's very quickly. I'll see if I have time to do a little more in-depth to analyze it a little bit more in depth during the day. Okay, I'm just taking my lines from yesterday. So the DAX. Let me just. So we over the weekend we still have this gap. We are hitting a resistance here. And again, I know I shouldn't form a bias, but I am in favor, and I am going to be in favor for a short with this market open. So we are, it's 7:25 server time. You won't be able to see it because of this label. I can show you quickly here and there. It is 7:25 server time, which means it's 8:25 my time. We are starting our line from there, and then from here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, and then we're gonna mark that candles with the yellow lines. So the highest point of those 5 candles and the lowest point of those 5 candles, that is going to be our zone. So then we wait for the breakout, and then we take the trade. If it's to the upside, we take a long. If it's to the downside, we take a short. So what tends to happen, it's sometimes the first candle is so big, you're in the trade way too late, and then you have to wait for a retest of the zone. And in the case of today, I am going to, again, that differs from everybody. It depends if you have a bigger appetite for risk than other people. So I am going to not wait today for candle closure. So the rules does state that we need to wait for candle closure outside the range, and then we take the trade. What I'm going to do today, and that's because I am in favor of a short, and I believe this thing is still going to close this gap and test the support. See, what I'm going to do, if it's to the downside, I am going to take the trade. I'll wait. I am going to take the trade. I'll have a sell limit or a sell stop here ready. If it's going to go bullish, I'm drawing the zone and the candles aren't even done yet. If it's to the upside, then and only then I am going to wait for candle confirmation. So if it's going up, I'll wait for the candle to close. If it's going down, I'll drop down to the 1 minute just to see, and then I'll take the trade. It's just because I am in favor of a short position on the DAX. Okay, so that is basically the plan for this morning. We had, and it is a risk. It's a bit of a more risk than normal, but again, trading does involve risk. It just depends on your appetite for it. You need a structure, you need a strategy, and you need to follow the rules. I know it is difficult because you tend to have FOMO and then get angry when you lose, and you revenge trade, then you overtrade, and that's how people tend to blow an account. I did with my practice runs throughout the last year, and believe me, I am still new at this, but I have been monitoring and playing around on the markets for a year now. So, and in that year, I did blue an account or two. Now that's good. It's good to go through it because you learn from it, and yeah, that's ultimately the biggest thing. Is every mistake you make, you learn from your mistakes and you try and do better every time. But anyway, guys, this is a quick summary of the DAX and what we can expect. So I'm going to bring you back when the market is done drawing its lines. Okay. Wait, let's do a bit of gameplay while we wait. I will bring you guys back to the charts if there is something happening. We are busy with the third candle, so we still have 2 more to go after this one. What we need to do, okay, so previously we actually caught a rock and we tamed it, and I soulbind it to my character. So that means it can't despawn, and it can't despawn when it or me is killed. So what we need to do now, this is going to take hopefully not too long, but it can take very long, that we are going to need, let me just do some inventory management, guys. I will bring you guys back now. Okay, so I just had to get rid of a few stuff, and I made an halberd. Okay, so what we are going to need to do is we are going to need to find some troll leather. Let me just see here. So we need to find some troll or mountain or forest troll leather, which is inside caves, and then a troll tusk, and then these feathers I do know where to get. I got killed by those, so I do know where that is. These, on the other hand, is going to be a bit difficult. So what I'm going to do, my armor's almost in my chest. Okay, so I'm going to run around. Let me fix this wall while I'm at it. No, that's not the same. Shit. Please don't. Yeah, I need oak logs. Okay. This spruce is actually for here. That's fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run around. I'll pause the recording, and then we'll see. We are moving towards winter, and one of the places is it's a frost troll. So those are in winter biomes, or mountainous winter biomes, I don't know what you call it, inside caves there. I did make a cave here, and there, with the hope that a troll can spawn inside, but no luck so far. We can go and quickly have a look. I'll bring you guys for... Please. Okay, we can take a look. Maybe we are lucky. You can see I am cold already. I don't hear anything new. Okay, so there's nothing, unfortunately. So what I can look for is a cave like that. It needs to, sometimes I'm lucky, And the other thing that I can look for, it's like a type of a building, like a dungeon type of thing. And inside those it's like a square building. I'll show it when I see it. Inside those I can and I might find trolls there. Okay guys, I will bring you back when the market is open and we can draw the range. And in the meantime, I'm going to run around, take my warm clothes with me, and then hopefully get a troll. Okay, see you guys now. Okay guys, we are almost done with the opening range. I will show it to you now. I am running around, I'm not far from my village, but I'm looking for the correct biome, and to find hopefully what I'm looking for. There is a trick that I can do. I'm trying to remember how, and that is to enable a little chat box here on the right hand side of the screen, and it displays the sounds that you hear and everything, and that helps when you run around and you can see maybe a troll doing something, or growls or something like that. Okay, so let me take you to the market. Okay, so we had this little push towards the upside. The range is not that big. So normally what I would do is I will wait for it to close, retrace, and then retest, and then trade on the continuation, because the DAX does tend to break out, and then this, for example, okay, this candle is still fine, so it was 1 2 3 4 5, so that is the range. So this candle, if it closes above, I have to take the trade. I am hoping for it to come down. I don't know why. It's like I said, there's a support there and this gap. I am really inclined for a sell here, but nevertheless, it is at the resistance. So what I'm scared of is if I take the long now, it will place the trade here and immediately, because this is a resistance, and immediately return to the downside. So what I'm going to do is, besides the fact that I'm going to wait for candle closure, I might consider waiting for it to break out this resistance, come back and test at least the resistance, and then take the trade for the continuation. That is what I'm inclined to do. It's just because it tells me it's going to go down. That's basically it. So we have 4 more minutes for this candle to decide where it's going to go, if it's going to go up, and I will keep you guys posted. I'm trying to make the videos a little bit shorter. We are back in the game now. So that little trick shows you, or could possibly show you, where trolls are located, because you can hear them. I am a bit scared of venturing around my village, because this game will spawn a dragon not far from me, and then my whole village and house and everything can be in danger. I just want to get this iron ore. Okay, so we do have that candle is pushing up quite a lot. I'm going to wait, guys. I'm going to wait. If I miss this trade, I miss it. It is what it is. Again, it depends on each individual what they want to do and how much of a risk they want to take. But even though this, yeah, there is a dragon, that's what I was scared of. Shit. So even though it is going towards the upside, that resistance and the fact that I think it's going to go down. Again, I might be wrong. It probably will go down. It's just a matter of when. When will it go down? But we will see. I brought my bed with me to sleep the nights away, because I am not really keen on, so this is a battle tower to the downside. Okay, I'm not going to bother there. It's not like a battle tower, because a normal battle tower, there's that golem on the top. Okay, so I am very hot. I did put on my clothes. Okay, so now we have some action here. Okay, you see, so even that candle, the candle that we were busy monitoring, even that candle, it went up, and that last few seconds, it pulled back completely in the zone. So yes, this is basically a breakout. It's not a breakout, but we don't have closure outside the range. We don't, so it's not a valid trade. It's a risky trade, you can take it, but I am not, like I said, I want to see a push towards the downside. There is another thing that I can do. I can wait for a rejection candle here and then take this short. But basically this is, we now need for, this didn't close about outside the range, and we need to wait for this to close outside the range, and that is my whole point. You see, the last minute pulled back all the way into the range. So this is on the one minute chart. But we are working on the 5 minute. So you can drop down to the 1 minute to spot a possible entry sooner. It is a bit more risky, but you can. There's nothing wrong with it. So this candle is so far outside the range now, we can't take the trade there. Even if it's going to close there, we can't take it. We now need to wait for it to retrace, retest, reject, and then the continuation along. But yeah, that is unfortunate. It doesn't look like we are going to have a trade today on the DAX. Oh, but yesterday was beautiful. Yesterday was beautiful. Guys, I am still inclined to take a short. But again, it's not part of the strategy. We need to wait. What I'm going to do is throughout the day, if this thing doesn't reject completely and retest and have the continuation up, I'll take the long. Even this candle, you can see the buyers really trying to push it up, and it's being pushed back. That's because of that resistance. Jessica, this is a difficult one. You need to wait for candle closure now. You see, even this, we are on a resistance. And I don't want to just willy-nilly take a risk. And the thing is, I do have some knowledge of the market, so this is a difficult one for me. Based on the strategy, we need to, if this thing closes now, we need to take that long. But you can see the rejection. You can see it try to push back quite far. And it literally is pushing this same candle back into the zone. So that was why I was inclined to take a sell there. Yo, guys, this is a difficult one. And know based on the strategy I need to take if it closes. Yeah, I see it's rejecting that zone completely. Please close now. No. Guys, I'm not going to take this trade. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take this trade. I know that is just too small. It is outside the range, but this is so big of a rejection, and it's a teeny tiny bit of the body that is outside the zone, so I'm not going to take that. I know this thing is on a resistance. I do believe it's going to push down towards the downside. And I might be wrong. There's nothing wrong about being wrong. I'd rather be wrong and not be in a trade than be in a trade and be correct. That I don't want to be in a trade. If that makes any sense, I don't think that does make sense. But I'd rather be wrong and not be in the trade. Based on this, I'd rather be wrong and not have the trade, and then I'm in the trade that I'm hoping it will turn into my favor. Okay guys, so we're going to leave that one for now. I'm going to continue with the gameplay just a little bit, and then we're going to call it. I'll keep you guys posted. As you can see, that candle is wanting to go down. Luckily, I brought some filter paper with me just to restore that candle still inside the zone. Basically, I'm running around now in the hopes to find either a cave where I can. Okay, so now again let me show you. This candle is still in the zone, but now it looks like it wants to get rejected. Guys, today the DEX is very difficult. Honestly, today it is very, very difficult. Sure. Okay, so based on the strategy, that little body is based on the strategy and the rules, it is a valid long. It is a valid long, but I don't want to. I don't want to. And again, like I said, I might be wrong. And this is also things that you're going to experience. It's going to be this tug between what you think and what the strategy is and what the markets do, and every time it comes down to overthinking. But I am not comfortable with taking this long. And the more you know, the more you are going to tend to overthink and overcomplicate. And now that I'm thinking of it, we are testing the strategy and we need to keep within the rules. Okay, yo guys. Let's do this. I'll take the buy. I'll take the long. It's a bit late. Literally the moment that I said it. And this is purely just for the fact that the strategy tells us to enter a long. So we are testing the strategy. Let's do it. Hopefully this thing is in our favor. The correct entry would have been here then, and not where that is currently. So this market is literally deciding if it's going to break through towards the upside, or if it's going to reject completely and take me out. But this is again for educational and entertainment purposes. We can see still, even though I personally think this thing is going to come down, and even though I personally think that based on the structure of the structures of the market, we're following the strategy and see what the outcome will be. Luckily the range is a bit small, so it's not like it's going to be too big of a knock. I really did want to, but still we might. Guys, I'm going to in-game. I'll keep you guys posted if there's anything happening there. I am just going to run back to the village. And I think we're going to call it for now and just continue on the afternoon session. Over there. The thing is, I need to run around and search for quite some time, possibly die a lot again, to just get to a point where I can find the no. Joh, these chupacabras. Okay, but anyway, so I'm going to see if I have time off screen. I'm going to run around and see if I can get the troll or the location of a troll. So this biome might be promising. The only problem is in that direction is a dragon. Dragons are everywhere. And this is just for us to conclude this video for now. I will... Yeah, this is a two-handed... Yes. Okay, so I can't hold a torch and fight with both of these weapons, which is a bit of a problem. But anyway... Okay. We have iron. We can cook some iron. And just see if they're... Yeah. And then... I am going to throw away this. This can go there. Okay, so we're still in the trade. I did retest the zone a little bit. So we can go all out. Okay guys, I'm going to call it there. Just to show you quickly, we can... This is a difficult... Joch, this is a very difficult one. Yeah. It's just as if it doesn't want to go up. But you will get these days. And again, that's why I now ultimately decided to take the trade. It's because when you get these days, I want to know if I can still follow the strategy. We would have been in profit from here to where we are now. So what I would have done now is just, if I entered here, I would have moved my stop loss much quicker. That's me personally. That's just because I am still thinking this thing is going to come down. But I mean, there you have it. The strategy said we need to take long. I hesitated, I waited, and I did overthink it. Am I wrong? We don't know. I doubt that we're going to see very highs. I think we're going to see a reversal not far from now. Maybe that... let's see, maybe... Yeah. Okay, let's make it... I can't even... Let's make it a 1-to-1. That's basically what it said. It would have been a bit more if I entered here, but again, guys, we are following the strategy. I'll try to, and we're not trying to overcomplicate and overthink it. I have to tell that myself. But here you can see the strategy is still correct. But I think I'll just put my stop loss to break even. Ay. We'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, if it breaks through anyway now, if it closes there, it's going to go up. We are at this resistance, so let's see what it does. Okay guys, I am going to conclude it there. In my defense, I am a bit tired today, so I don't think I'm thinking too clearly. But yeah, even though all this is happening, even though I'm tired, even though I'm overcomplicating the markets now, even though everything in me says it's going to go down, even though all that factors are playing a role, I want to know that the strategy I can still rely on. And as you can see, I mean, it's literally in front of you, you can. So if it's TP, great. If it's break even, I'm fine with that. Honestly, I am not going to force anything out of this, but yeah, guys, there you have it. The strategy is correct and I am wrong. That's interesting. But I'm still new, so, and the strategy has been there for years and years. That's why we need the strategy, and we follow the strategy and the rules. Let's have a little bit of profit if it turns back. Technically, this is going to active. If this candle closes nice and high, this is going to act as a support right at our entry. But it is what it is. So I am hoping for TP, but I'm inclined to say break even. But that's only because I moved my break even so early. Guys, maybe what about just TP already? I'm going to pause the recording. If I see you guys again, it might be for TP or it might be this afternoon. Okay, thanks guys. See you a bit later. Cheers. Guys, we might get TP. I can't believe it. I'm grateful. Honestly, I'm grateful. But we might get TP here. I'm going to move my stop loss a bit early or further. So I'm just hoping for this little last push towards the upside. The problem now is my bias for the rest of the week. It's going to be bearish for DAX, and again, that's why you need a strategy. If the strategy states that we need to take a long, I mean, here is evidence. It's going to hit TP. If it can just push a bit further. It's that slow moving, it's that slow pulling towards the upside. And that is what tends to bite me in the ass a couple of times, is that pull. If it pulls like this, same on the gold. Because I have this tendency to want to trade against the trend. I want to catch the reversal. I don't know why. Again, that's something I am working on. When a market pulls like this, that is where I am taking a loss after a loss after a loss after a loss. So I really am hoping for this just to take TP. It's not big, it was a 1-to-1 ratio. Technically speaking, if we are breaking through this high here on the 4 hour over here, we can look at that next highs to be touched. That might happen today, that can happen tomorrow. That is trading for you. am seeing the support here. It's not a big support. This one is a bit bigger, stronger, and that's exactly where the gap is. Interesting. But again, the strategy was correct and I was wrong. So, good for you. On the EA side, it's been difficult. Let's not talk about that for now. So we are going to see a possible retracement here. Retest of the support here, exactly where my stop loss is. Honestly, I am hoping for TP first. Or I can just take out the trade manually. Because if it retests, it's going to take me out on like 1 rand. At least now we have 6. Go, 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 go. Guys, again, you see, I wanted to keep this video short or shorter, and we're already 45 minutes in it. And I don't want you to miss TP. So can you just go and hit TP already? Come on. Go. Almost there. But this is a very good example on the fact that a strategy that you trust, it's so important. Our emotions, our minds can say one thing, and the strategy, for example, this morning can say another thing. It is really important to have the strategy and to follow the rules. That's why you need your rules of engagement when you trade. I was a bit hesitant. I am not going to lie, and I am really glad that I was wrong and the strategy was right. The only reason I took this trade, it's to show you guys the strategy. That's the only reason. Every other day I wouldn't have taken this trade. There's no way. Come on. It was so close now. But yeah, every other day there was no way I would have taken this trade. Not even, I would have chickened out. I would have waited to see what's happening, and then I would have lost the opportunity to make money. Sometimes this, and it is I am skeptic, so it is sometimes that is in my favor and sometimes it isn't. I was very concerned when this candle got pushed down so much. So we are experiencing it. Unfortunately, just turned right before our TP. I'm going to wait 2 more minutes to see what's going to happen. 9:30 my time and 8:30 Ziva time. So we are getting a rejection candle here. Okay. Unfortunately, it just turned in front of my TP. Simply we have a spike towards the upside quickly when it's past. Things tend to happen on like past or around number 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. It's when something happens, and then when something happens random at a random time, that's a news, and that's an announcement or a news impacted the market. Okay, it's so unfortunate. It just turned away from our TP, but at least we still have break even, and the break even is also based on the rules. It is and was a legit move. I'm more than halfway towards my TP, so I wanted to limit my loss, and now I don't have a loss, I will have a profit nevertheless. Okay, anyway guys, this is now again much longer than planned, but I will see you this afternoon and I'll give you an update what happened here. For now, I will see you later. Cheers. Hey guys, okay, it is currently 4 minutes past 3 p.m. my time, so I need to show you what happened on the DEX. We were in this trade. I got knocked out on my break even, so it was a small profit. You could have re-entered here, but as you can see, and as I predicted, it went down. Unfortunately, I missed this entry. So this is a really good example for what I meant by I'm waiting for the pull down. It came back into the zone, the opening range zone. It closed outside the zone, so you could have waited for this to retest and entered here, or you could have taken the chance. I would have taken the chance, 10 to 1, and then you would have been in a very good trade. I believe this thing is going to close this gap over here, and it can be today, it can be tomorrow, but this is actually a very good trade to be in. It is why I was so cautious this morning to take a long. Honestly, I did see the resistance. What I did think of this morning is to actually take a short on the top of this resistance, because I know it's going to go down. If I did that, it would have been a great trade, but it's not part of the strategy. So we are not going to do that. This, however, was and would have been part of the strategy. This would have been a great trade to be in. So I am a bit bummed I missed this trade or the short, but it is what it is. I'm not going to react now and then just place a trade willy-nilly. It is what it is. There will be the market. The good thing about the markets is it gives you more opportunities. It will create more opportunities for you in the future. It can be today, it can be tomorrow, but you can be certain that there will be more opportunities to enter a trade. I actually seen something that is very true. It is much easier to find a second entry than it is to find more capital. And that is, when you think of it, that is very true. Yeah, I can push money into the trading, but until what point? So it is something to think about. So rather than reacting now and revenge trading and having FOMO and all that stuff, it is better to wait now for a new opportunity, which will come. There is 100%, 100% chance that the market will give you another opportunity. So that is, unfortunately, the case that we missed that trade. But anyway, the morning session wasn't too bad. The strategy did prove me wrong in some sense, that even though I knew it's going to go down, it did present itself with the opportunity to take a long, and it was a valid long. The only thing that I would have done or did do is, because I knew it is on a resistance, actually on a hard resistance, I moved my stop loss in very much quicker. Quicker than normal. I do tend to move my stop loss really quick, but in this case, this morning, it was even more so. But anyway, so we are now looking at the gold. We're looking at the gold, and we are going to find an entry on the gold and the US30, hopefully. So, just to give you a breakdown, I did also previously, I did say that I think this thing is going to touch 4,000 again. What it's going to do from there, it's difficult to say. This is a very hard support. So if it breaks through this, we can definitely look at a very low price for gold. But it might come down, or it did actually come down and tested this zone. So if you are going to take this, and I know it's a big zone, but let's take this zone. If you're going to take this zone, for example, it is going to either bounce from this, maybe go inside the zone and bounce from this towards the upside, which I do think is more likely to happen. I don't know, it depends on the news again. Gold tend to react with the news quite harshly. If not, if it breaks through this support, then we are going to look at a very lower price for the gold. So unfortunately, that is now the reality, that we missed that DAX rate. Okay, let me just bring up USDT, and I don't want to, this video is already too long, so I'm going to pause the video or the recording until we are where we should be. I'm going to draw this line now. We are on the 15-minute time frame. Again, this is my experimental time frame, and we're going to see what's going to happen. Let me just move all my lines to where I'm going to need it, more or less. Okay, and then the same with USDT. So this is just preparations for market open. I'm going to wait for market open, and then we will draw the zones and see if we can hopefully find two more beautiful trades like we did yesterday. Right guys, I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'll see you in a quick second. Okay guys, my experimental zone is finished. So what I want to do, this and that. Again, this is just experimental. Very small zone. Okay, sorry, I am thinking out loud here. So I'm going to wait and see what happens. I am inclined to take a short when it goes down. It is currently in a consolidation. It did try and hit this resistance up here. So I am believing it might go down and then... but let's see, I'm not going to just make predictions willy-nilly. There is, however, a fair value gap, I believe, on... it's either the half an hour or the hour, I can't remember which it might go and touch, and that is at 40.10, more or less. Okay, but anyway, I am going to continue with some gameplay off screen, just to try and find that troll leather and that troll tusk we need to have or to get in order to craft the avian saddle. Okay, I will see you guys now. Okay guys, we are 5 minutes away from the US Open or range, but I am looking at now, it is that we are on a resistance again. On the higher time frame, I can see that we are on a resistance. So I am very inclined to do the following. When that, I mean, even now, I am inclined to enter a short. Maybe we should just do that for the fun of it. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to enter a short here with the... that's a generator, that's fine. I know this is really not part of the ORB strategy, but I just want to check something. I have a feeling this thing might come down and retest this zone over here, more or less. Did we close that gap? Yeah, we did. Okay, so this is really experimental. This is just to be in a trade before market open. So yeah, it can go up and take me out and then come down, whatever. But this is actually again, it's a risk I am willing to take. If it turns against me, it is what it is. It's not willy-nilly. It's a bit willy-nilly, but it's at least a bit of a structure willy-nilly. So we will see what happens. This one, it's consolidating, so it's not really moving to a certain up or below. And that's just on the experimental. We will see within the next 3 minutes what's going to happen. So I'm going to show you guys where we're at in the game, and that is basically just running around. I am searching for a certain building. The moment I said I want to show it to you guys, but it's almost night time. I'm avoiding those pumpkins because the last time I went to a pumpkin patch or whatever you call it, like that, little pumpkin gremlins spawned, and that, I think they did kill me, but it's not in this game, it was when I practiced. So that's how a battle tower looks like. I have seen one but it wasn't completely a battle tower. because there was no golem on the top of it. So we're going to go over there and see if there's a golem on top of that. Touch wood, I haven't seen a dragon thus far. So I'm traveled to one I traveled to one of my villages, and just to get a bit further away. I can hear a dragon over there. Okay, luckily I turned away from that side. These dragons are flying sideways. Okay, this is quite the climb. I didn't expect it to be this. Okay, we are in. So it is 15:30, and this is exactly what I did expect because we are on that resistance. So if it holds, that's another question, because this thing does love to do this and then turn back quite easily. But yeah, we are on a 1-to-1 ratio. So if this thing now comes back and retraces, it then means we can hopefully look for another short. But yeah, it's just to show you guys, I mean, the more time you spend in the markets, the more you can get to a point where you read the markets quite easily. Like I said, I knew this thing is bound, or the probability for this to come down, it's really high. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stop loss and to put that to break even. So if it breaks through, we hope for a TP. It's not completely based on the strategy, but this is just intuition, or whatever you call it. And I can take this trade out. I mean, then it is a profitable trade. Like I said, it's not completely willy-nilly. It's based on before market open, and we are at a resistance. The likelihood for this to react to the downside, for example, in my opinion, it's quite big, and I have been. This proves that my intuition was correct. I am keen on taking this profit, to be completely honest, because this candle, it's now so big. That we won't be able to trade on the US30. But again, because of this and the zone that's being so big, what we can do is we can wait for it to finish, draw the zone, and wait for the price to hit this resistance again, wait for the rejection, and take a short within the zone. If the candle closes above the zone, I mean, I wouldn't even think of taking a long, or I mean a short. So this is actually looking not too bad. It is setting the support. I wish. Yeah. I think this is making up for the fact that I missed this entry on the DAX. And I doubt that it will come back to the zone. I think it will come back to round about here. Round about here. And then the continuation towards the downside. Again, this is all just speculations. It is a matter of the structure and the strategy that tells me what to do. I can speculate, but that's not part of the strategy. We are following the strategy. So we are bouncing. So this is the zone now. What can happen is this can come back to, that's because I am in that trade. This can come back to this entry now easily, and that means it can take us out. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But it was worth the risk. It was definitely worth the risk. Not much is happening on the gold, which is a bit weird for me. It is consolidating. So this is we are busy with the candle to draw the range. So we have to wait 10 more minutes, 9 more minutes. But I do believe this thing is going to come here and then bounce back. We'll see. It might break through 4,000. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to try and keep this video short. So I'm going to pause the recording here and bring you guys back when there's any action, just to save some time. Okay, I'll see you guys now. Okay, I just wanted to show you. Back in the game, I've climbed that mountain now, and this is actually a battle tower. So there the column is. You can see it there. So if we have the rock, we can fly up there, and then we will be able to take some loot. It's a bit risky, to say the least, but it will be worth it if we can pull it off. I have forgotten my bucket again with water in. I am not seeing the structure that I am looking for, and honestly I don't want to die now. Okay, but I will bring you guys back just to give you a quick update on the markets. This one is, it looks like it's turning into our favor. So this wasn't a bad entry, this was actually a very, very good entry. And now we're still waiting for this candle. It's going to be difficult. We are on a support. So we need to have that clear breakthrough the zone, or breakout of the zone, and then hopefully the retest. But I have my doubts currently. If this candle is going to be too big, no, that's fine. It's going to be too big. I am going to wait for a retest of the zone. So let's say it closes here, and that's the range. Basically that. From there, there. Let's say that's the range. Just to give you an example, I will not take the short even when it breaks out. I will wait for the retracement, especially on the 15 minutes. The 15 minutes is a bit slower. I might go down to the 5 minutes or the 1 minute and then have an earlier entry. But yeah, let's see what happens. USDT did try and close through this support here, or the zone. I think this was a good trade. I'm going to take this trade out after the next candle. I wanted to close beyond the zone so that I can keep it in. But now, okay, let's bring the stop loss to. We'll chase it with a stop loss. I'll chase it with a stop loss. Okay, guys, I will be back right now. Okay, guys, we are looking good on this USDT trade. It is pushing towards the downside, and it is quite far, so I will probably wait for it to retrace. If you don't get a trade based on the strategy, that is unfortunately going to be the case, or it seems to be likely. So luckily we did enter this trade over here, and this was a really good trade. I'll wait for the retest. It's going to be 1 more minute, then this is going to be a valid short. The range is just very hectic. I'm waiting for this candle to close. If it can close under this, or it might even go back into the zone. We have the break in this support, but it is being pushed up quite badly. Yep. That is interesting. But if it closes, oh yeah, that is so close. Ew. So now again, do you risk it? It basically closed inside on that last. I can't believe it. And now it's going to take me out of this trade as well. We can risk it. It's just very difficult, knowing that it's going to be a big risk, because the gold is done. Like I said, I am going to be very cautious for a short here. I believe it's going to hit 410 just to fill that gap, and then have a rebound, or worst case scenario at 4,000 it might come back, but that's still it's $20. Okay guys, what do you think? Should we take this risk? Let's do it. I am in a good trade for the other one. It is a hectic range. I'm going to keep that stop loss there. The range is too big, and if I actually had to wait for it to give me the confirmation of the breakout, come and retest the zone, and then for the continuation, then I should have taken this trade. I was a bit early. I think I jumped the gun here a bit early, but it's because I am in a good trade here. Okay, we will see what happens. I will keep you guys updated. In the meantime, I'm still running around to find a specific building, which I will show you guys the moment I get it. Okay guys, something just happened on the game. Let me show you. I was running around in the forest when suddenly everything disappeared underneath me, and this place got rendered in. So I believe this is like a city, which is great news for me. That was weird. So we will find some good loot here, and hopefully librarians, and the ships tend to have like spawners inside them, so I can have a XP farm, a little XP farm. So this is quite amazing. There's another city that you tend to find in RLCraft, which is bigger than this one. But hopefully we get to come across that city. Hey, why is there... See, it rendered in the ocean, so the sirens, I think it's inside the city here. And I believe that guy just took care of it. Thank you, good sir. Okay, so we are out on the USDT trade, that one above. You can see we do have this big pull to the upside now. It shows you that if it's not a confirmation, if the candle doesn't close outside the zone, don't take the trade. Do not take the trade. This was more calculated. It was risky, but it was, for me, it was a more calculated short than this one. And this one was pure, in my opinion, willy-nilly. It was a reaction. I reacted because I saw this candle going down. It didn't close on the outside of the zone, and the zone is very big. So that's why I was forced now to move my stop loss here, because I don't want to take too big of a risk. So the first trade, the money that I just made, it's the same money I just lost now with this trade. So we need to wait for closure outside the zone and then take the trade. And because of the zone that's so big, I will wait for a retest and then hopefully take the trade. Regarding the gold, nothing is happening here. This thing is so consolidating. Nothing is happening. I'll still keep you updated. In the meantime, we are going to find the waystone for this place, and then we are going to see how far we are from our little home. I will bring you guys back now. Hey guys, I am back at my house. It was not too far, so I did find the waystone in that other city. I want to loot that place when I have the rock, because running around that city can be a bit tedious. And there's a lot of nooks and crannies that you can run into and get lost, and it's difficult to keep track of where I was and where I wasn't. So I'm going to loot that place when I have my rock. But what I did find before I came back, it is blocks of iron, 10 of them, which means I can actually now name my rock. It's a bit late, but yeah, I got 10 blocks of iron. Okay, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I'm going to sleep through this now just to get my respawn point back at my house. And then I am still in search of that specific building or dungeon. It is difficult to get that. I don't want to go about just willy-nilly and run myself into a dragon. And it's difficult to figure out where I can look for those buildings. When I practiced a bit of RLCraft, like the battle towers, those were in abundance. Now I can't find one of those, and I only found one battle tower so far. And it's a bit frustrating. When you need them, they are nowhere to be found. When you don't need them, they are everywhere. But we will figure it out. I will, if I have to, I'm going to do a bit of off-screen running around to find that tusks and that leather. So, guys, there's not much happening in the markets. We are still waiting for, let me show you, we are still waiting for the gold to decide which direction it wants to go. This thing took my stop loss, and now it is looking like it wants to go back. This one is on the wrong candle. It's over there. The zone is not on the wrong candle. It is drawn on the correct candle this time. But yeah, there's not much happening. It's quite disappointing. I've missed the entry on the decks. I did think it might come back here to retest. So let's see if the continuation happens. Well, there's not much happening, guys. Anyway, I'm going to continue with a bit more gameplay, and then if, like I said, if there's something happening, I will bring you guys back. Okay, see you guys now. Hey guys, so just an update. We have a big push towards the downside on the gold. So let's see what happens when it hits around about 410 or 4010. I am still sorry, so you guys are seeing the market, my trading platform, and I am playing on the other screen. I am mining a bit because we needed to change strategy. I couldn't find one of those buildings, so I'm digging out my cave a bit further to see if we can maybe force spawn a troll inside here. If it's going to work, I do not know. Okay, we are around about 4010, 4013. It's still going down. I really don't like caves because there is a lot of noises in these caves, and I have to keep a torch planted against the wall because it says that something might go kill me because of the dark. I want to place a trade so badly for that Fear Valley cap on the gold. It's not a big fair value gap, but because the trend is going down, I believe it's going to hit that fair value gap and have a retracement to the towards the upside. Sorry guys, I am just so still trying to, while you guys are looking at the market, I am mining and listening to noises, and there goes my pickaxe. Great. We will then return. There's so much rock here. Let me just. Okay, I will return. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, you guys can't see what I'm doing. I doubt that you will hear the game sounds. Actually, I haven't done it like this before. Okay. I just wanted to show you that we will bring you back to see what's going to happen. This candle is still 5 minutes away from closure, and we will see if this might be a valid trade. We'll see. Okay guys, see you now. Alright guys, as you can see, it didn't close outside the range. It was something that I did expect. It came so close to 40.10, and now we have this around about $13 retracement. So going to decide if it's going to break through this and have the continuation to the downside, or are we looking at a possible trend change? I don't know. Only time will tell, but this was really close to 40.10. So close. I think it was like $1. Yeah. $1.50 away. But next time. Okay, so but according to the strategy, this is not a valid entry for a sell or a short. So we can I doubt that I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do it with you guys or without you guys. So I'm going to call this a day, and then we can continue tomorrow. USDT, now it's difficult. It made this big pull towards the downside. Had this retracement came to this resistance, and we'll see if there is a continuation towards the downside. That's actually not a bad trade to be in, round about there entry. Yeah, round about there. See you next time. Today was not so exciting when it comes to the markets, but you will have those days that nothing's going to happen, and then you will get days that lots going to happen in your favor and not in your favor. But today is not one of those days. And regarding the game, I am back at my house. I'm also going to conclude the gameplay here. We can actually keep, or for the first time, have a little bit of a shorter video. So I am going to see if I have time to do some off-screen mining or grinding, just to find either the building or a cave where a troll is. And if I find it, I will see what's the situation. and whether I will kill the troll off stream or not, and just fill you guys in when we are back, or am I going to wait? It depends on the location, I think. So so far I didn't get the building, so I'm trying to see if I can't dig a cave for the troll to spawn. If not, I might just journey out and see if I can find a building with that said a village as well, hopefully to teleport in and out this my home and that place. But we will see what is going to happen. But anyway, guys, I'm going to conclude it here, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. I do enjoy it myself a lot, and hopefully tomorrow we get more entries and better entries. That's the thing about the markets. We always have tomorrow. If there's not enough entries or opportunities today, there will be tomorrow again. Okay. But anyway, guys, like and subscribe if you like these videos and this content. There is going to be, it's good, like I said a couple of times, it's going to be a whole journey. It's going to be quite the journey, and it's going to be fun and exciting, and I am really excited. So I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, thank you guys. Cheers. Bye bye.